Hi everyone. It's that time of year when we make resolutions. The month of January is the busiest time for gym membership. Thousands of people sign up for exercise classes. And most of us do review the past year and make some decisions about our finances. But no matter how good their intentions are, would you agree with me that many people struggle to keep their New Year resolutions? In fact, some people don't even bother making resolutions at all. I'll never keep them. I can't control the markets and business. How can I set resolutions when I can't control the uncertain world we're living in? Most day-to-day financial decision-making is done with the aid of a budget. As individuals and in the financial world, budgets are commonly set at the start of the year. And the way that most budgets are set is by looking back at what happened in the previous year. That's the easiest thing to do because we have the information. And because of that, budgets tend to be done on an incremental basis. Increased a little bit, perhaps decreased a little bit, based on the previous year. For example, we might look at what we earned in our salary in a job last year, and we might budget for an increase. Now, currently, many employers are not paying much of an increase in salary. So in that case, you might, to achieve your aims, you might be forced to say, well, I'll have to cut back on a certain item of expenditure in the next year. Budgets are defined in both time and in resources. Now, many people don't feel happy about committing to a large change when you have to somehow manage both the time element and the resource element of your decision. The problem with a budget is not that you cannot meet it. It's not that you do not meet it. It's that you do meet it. A relatively small increase in your financial well-being can come from, let's say, a bit of overtime working, perhaps one or two additional clients, and maybe, if you're lucky enough, increasing the price of your product and service. You see, if you are meeting your budget, you are limiting yourself to that amount of income and expenditure. So what can you do differently? Well, instead of a budget, you could set a target. Now, that word has a looser meaning. A target is something you aim for. It's not something that limits you. Imagine if you are in sales and your boss says to you, give those goods back to the customer. You've exceeded your sales target. Can you hear the finance director saying, pay cash back to those customers. You've exceeded the sales target? I don't think so. On the contrary, you'll be congratulated, admired, and rewarded for meeting and beating your sales targets. But when you overspend your budget, that usually leads to trouble. Economists call this short-termism, and in business it can lead to managers underperforming. Simply because they want a quiet life, they choose to meet the budget. Now imagine if those managers, not you of course, behaved in the same way in their personal financial decision making. Would you agree with me that in the long term, that behavior reduces personal wealth and saps your enjoyment of life? Would you like to be the person who achieves your New Year's resolutions? Would you like to make a significant change to your financial position in this next year? How would that look for you? Would you like to relieve the pressure of chasing income against time, knowing that, yes, perhaps in the short run, you might be moving more slowly or faster than you had aimed, but in the long run, you will be reaching financial freedom. So are you the person who can't be bothered to set goals and stretch yourself to reaching a new target? Or someone who places no limits on your income, no limits on your experience, enjoyment and education, no limits on your wealth and freedom? Join the Cash Genie Global experience. Learn how to stop being a victim of your budgets and start setting targets that will take you on your journey to financial freedom. Thanks for being on this call. I wish you many happy New Year resolutions.